remember the days when I was literally obese and I would be laying in my room scrolling on my phone. I'd want to go to the gym. I had these health goals that I wanted to achieve, but I just sat inside scrolling because I thought it was such a big task, that it was so hard to go to the gym and that it'd take too much effort, it'd take too much work. And I wasn't the type of person to do a lot of work. I was just a lazy person who was like overweight, who sat in his room, because that was the identity that I thought of myself at the time. And so for most of my life, up to when I was pretty much 16, 17 years old, I was just a lazy, like, chip eater that laid on my bed the whole day. And so I just kept on gaining more and more weight, and I was getting lazier and lazier, less athletic, and it was just not a good life that I was living. And so in school, I was performing below average. I wasn't remarkable in any way, shape, or form. I was honestly below average in pretty much every area of my life. And so I remember at the time, I was literally getting like no attraction from girls. I was getting no attraction from females, and my friends just kind of saw me as the weird kids, and so I didn't have that many friends. And so it was honestly just painful, right? It was painful to just sit in my room knowing like I could be out living life, knowing that I could be out doing things, and I just wouldn't. Like, I would just be sitting in my room playing video games. I'd just be sitting in my room, you know, scrolling on my phone, watching YouTube. There was no excitement in my life. It was all just repetitive, like the same thing over and over again. And so there was no direction, there was no purpose, there was no meaning like within my life at all. And so I hated it. I hated every moment because there was tasks, there was things that I wanted to do, there was changes that I wanted to make, but I didn't think that I was good enough to do those things. I didn't think that I was capable of being better. I didn't believe that there was more that I could do. I just thought, you know, I had bad genetics for the gym. I just thought that for school, I wasn't that smart. I was just kind of stupid. I thought that, you know, I was just an unremarkable average person. But it wasn't until I turned 17 years old that I started going to the gym. I started to improve my health, and then I saw my health improving, so I started to eat healthier. And so I started to see myself as a healthier person. Now, the thing was, initially it was very hard for me to go to the gym. It seemed like I had to climb an entire mountain to get to the gym because, you know, I had to get a ride to the gym because I wasn't driving at the time. I had to go with somebody and then do the workout and then, you know, eat healthy and all that stuff. And then, you know, it felt like a very big task for me at the time. But it was around 17 years old when I realized that there is a very specific tactic that I could use that could actually get me into the gym, get me to do the workout, and get me back home consistently, that would allow me to have time for everything that I needed throughout the day. So there'd be days when I came back from like a long day of school, I'd want to go to my room and just scroll and waste the day, play video games, whatever. But then I realized if I wanted to improve my health, I'd have to take action. There's something that I needed to do, and I was tired of that routine of just getting home and playing video games and scrolling and doing all this garbage stuff that wasn't actually helping me improve my life. So I realized that when I came home those days, the days that I was wearing long clothes was the days that I didn't really want to go to the gym. But the days that I went to school wearing almost like gym clothes, right? Like a t-shirt and some shorts or something, or maybe long pants, whatever. The days that I wore like my gym clothes, my normal gym clothes, I was more likely to go to the gym after, because when I get home, I would already be ready to go to the gym. So I just kind of see it as one step at a time. My clothes is already ready, so I don't even have to worry about changing my clothes to go to the gym. Okay, cool. So I just need to find a ride. So by this point, I made a few friends who actually went to the gym. So after school, I would literally just be ready for the gym and I'd go to the gym with them. So I'd ask them for a ride. And so the days that I couldn't do that, I would get back home and I'd just ask my dad for a ride to go to the gym, and he'd normally do a workout with me. So everything was already there, right? I just needed to ask either my friends or my dad to take me to the gym and hit a workout with them. And so for the weekends, I would do something a little bit different. For the weekends, I would get up and I'd have my coffee, my water, whatever. And then I'd just take one step at a time. I'd put my socks on, put my shoes on, put my clothes on. Not hard, right? You just put your clothes on for the gym, and then get my keys, get my wallet, everything that I needed, right? And so by the time I did all that, I was already ready to walk out and go to the gym. And so I wasn't riding in the car at that time, so I just asked for a ride from my parents to take me to the gym. And then I'd go to the gym, get a workout, and then just ask for a ride back, and then everything worked out well because I was doing it one step at a time. The thing is, when we see these tasks as a huge mountain, when we see the task, right? Like, oh, I gotta go to the gym today. Oh, there's so much that goes into going to the gym. You gotta, put all this stuff on, and then we kind of see it as like one giant task. But if you just see it as, okay, let me do these small little tasks. Let me put these socks on. Let me put these shoes on. Let me put my clothes on. Let me get my wallet on my phone. Now let me just walk out to the car. Let me, start the car. Let me drive to the gym. Okay, I'm already at the gym. Might as well get a workout. Let me get a workout. Okay, you're already there. Now I have to get back home. So you need to get back home, right? So you're automatically going to do whatever is required to get back home. So when you take these little steps, it's like so much easier to do these big tasks. Instead of seeing it as this whole huge mountain that you have to climb, you just do it one step at a time. So the next time you don't feel like doing a huge task, just remember, oh, I don't actually need to do all that at once. I just need to put my shoes on right now. Okay, shoes are on, now I just need to put my clothes on. Okay, I'm already ready for the gym. Might as well go for the workout anyway, right? You see what I'm saying there? It's so much easier to see it that way than to see it as, oh, I got to do all this. I got to, instead of seeing it as like the whole task, just split it up. And it's a bunch of small, little, easy tasks that take 10 to 15 seconds each. So for whatever task that you have to do, whatever big task, right? Maybe there's a project or something that you need to do. Instead of seeing it as the entire task, trying to process it all at once, just do a little bit each day, right? If you have like this huge business project or something, then instead of seeing it as, oh, I got to do this, I got to start this, see it as, okay, let me just do this part of it, this small part that needs to be done. Okay, now let me do this small part. Okay, now let me do this small part. Let me do this small part. And it just makes it so much easier to process that information, and for your brain to be like, okay, just this, instead of this whole one big task, right? Break it up and split it up, and it becomes so much easier to do. So if videos like this help you out, just make sure you go down right now and subscribe and leave a comment down below.